because the water cycle doesn't go like that. Because when I was in ocean, I just stayed in ocean until we got to the 8th one, and then I finally moved. But I mean, it doesn't go in a circle. The water molecule could stay in the ocean for the entire time, or it could bounce around, like some people did.
Well said. Audrey?
So I wanted to show mine. It's quite a mess, but we're just going to look at this. So first, I started out at groundwater, which is over there, and what? Right there. Oh, sorry. Groundwater, and yeah, that was my first one. And then I went to river, which was somewhere, and then I went to ocean, and then cloud, and then I stayed on glacier twice. See right here, and put little mountain in 1 through 5 through 6, and then I went to river again, and then I went to animal, then I went to cloud.
So how is this different than when you first learned about water cycles?
Well, I thought what happened was it was like different areas. So like if you were in the ocean, it would go ocean, it would rain, the water would evaporate, go back up to the clouds like that. And like with the river, the same thing, but just like I didn't think that it would travel all over the place. But apparently I was wrong. If you look at my large cycle.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Julia?
I think this is oversimplified because today for the activity, I learned that water molecules can go like anywhere. Like if it was in the ocean, it would stay in the ocean. Well, it wouldn't exactly stay in the ocean, but it would be in the ocean for a long time. It can go to the clouds, to an animal. So it doesn't go in the cycle that we learned when we were younger.
It's more complicated, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I was just thinking that
it's really oversimplified, because a water molecule doesn't just go in a circle and go to the exact same places over and over and over and over again. It really depends, because there are many different water molecules and they all go a different path, but some stay like together. For an example, during the activity, I was pretending to be a water molecule, and I started at soil, and then evaporated up to the clouds, and then rained to the ocean, and then stayed there twice. Because you don't have to like keep going, you can stay in one place really long. And so then I went to cloud. I evaporated back up to cloud and stayed there again, and then rained down to lake, and then into the groundwater. And so, like, it's really oversimplified because there are so many water molecules and they can all take a different path.
Good for you. Good for you. You?
Okay, so I agree with Aiden that that it's not just like, say, what we did say, like a water molecule goes from the clouds to the lake, then gets evaporated again to go to the clouds, and that's cycle again. Because I know Isabella, she technically stayed in the ocean the whole time, but then water molecules can go to different places too. But it just kind of, yeah.
Good for you. Adrian, and then Sheila.
I got is glacier, groundwater, river, ocean for the rest. And instead of going just in a circle, like not staying in one place for a long time, I stayed in ocean once I got in ocean, I stayed in there for a while. And you don't just keep on going around and around and around forever.
And does it make sense to you that water molecules will stay in the sea for a long time?
Oh, yeah.
Or water molecules might stay in a glacier for a long time, or in a cloud for a long time. Shiva?
Well, I agree with all of them who just who just spoke. Water doesn't go like ocean, then evaporate. It doesn't go in a continuous cycle. It sometimes will stay, as it was proven in this activity,
like at one place for a longer time, like in ocean, was people stayed in it a long time, and so really it doesn't go systematically.
It doesn't. It depends on all sorts of things like weather and animals and plants. Yeah, Kata?
Well, the cycle is oversimplified because when a water molecule goes into clouds per se, it could be from the ocean or the river or the lake
Or you?
or me or like a plant, and it'll go into the clouds, and then the clouds could move all the way to across the country to like somewhere in the sea, then just rain there. So it doesn't go back to the lake, it goes to a different place. And I think the activity that we did here was oversimplified too, because like you're not going, a single molecule isn't going to go from a cloud to a glacier, because a single molecule can't freeze to ice by itself.
Wixie.
Good to
And
know
stuff like that.
Einstein.
So I kind of bounced around a little bit. If you can see my thing, I drew arrows. It's going.
So it certainly didn't go in a smooth spiral, did it? Or a circle.
It went. I went animal to cloud to soil, and then I stayed at soil, and then I guess I went up the roots of a plant, and then I stayed at the plant again, and then I went back to the clouds, and then back to the soil, and then back to the clouds.
Very nice.
So a water cycle doesn't go in a circle. Like Rixine said, she kind of bounced around, and I did too. So, because not every molecule in the ocean can go to the same place. They all go to different places, and they might even stay there for a really long time. And I first went to plant, cloud, and then glacier again, and then groundwater and lake and cloud and soil. So that means it doesn't do the same cycle over and over again. So.
Well said. Seth, last one.
So, yeah, it's really oversimplified because it does, like, a water molecule doesn't just go from like a body of water to the clouds, then down back into the body of water, and then clouds, yeah. That's like oversimplified because, like, in the activity I bounced around a lot. Like, I started in a plant, then I went up to the clouds, then I ranged down into a lake, and then I went into the river, then I went to groundwater, then I went back into the lake, then I went into an animal, and then I went up to the clouds again, and then I went back down into the lake. And that's like not really a circle, it's like a really complicated, multi-sided polygon.